it again, but it feels different.
Surprised I can pull you into this place? The outsider marked me long ago. I made you flee your precious tower and turned Emily into cold stone. How difficult for you. But when I was young, sweet Jessamine and I were close as sisters, sharing a secret. Emperor Kaldwin had another daughter, born in shame to a kitchen maid.
What's she playing at? Maybe how is the question.
I told you when you're older. Perhaps next year.
You said that last year. Jessamine's younger than me, and she's a court every day.
Isn't this... well... it's complicated. You'll understand someday.
What did I do? I'll be good. I swear.
Next year, I promise.
Jessamine and I played games in the tower, but at night I'd go back to the servants' quarters, pick cockroaches and thin gruel. Emperor Daddy would visit and tell me if I was good. Next year I'd be old enough to come to court to be a princess. Then one day, pretty Jessamine broke something worth a fortune, and the spy master caught us. She claimed I did it, and he whipped me in the garden house until I bled. My mother lost her kitchen job, and that night we were out on the streets with no place to sleep.
I didn't break it.
Would you like to tell me who did?
We were just playing.
You're playing Jessie. Who is here now?
It was her. Delilah's lie. She broke it.
I saw the nastiest parts of Dunwall, ending up in debtor's prison. Jessamine died quick on an assassin's blade, but my mother lingered for weeks after a fat guard broke her jaw. They threw me out when she died. I looked up at the lights of Dunwall Tower and swore revenge. Washing bedsheets in a brothel, I painted on the side, until Anton Sokolov took me as a student. That's the polite word for it. I was crafty even before the outsider marked me, and survived the worst the Empire could offer. Now it's your turn.
My mother's sick. She needs help.
Your mother kicked off while you were out begging. She's another bag of bones now, girl.
What? No!
The sentence is served and she'll be tossed out with the others. You can't stay here anymore.
How much of this is true, and how much is Delilah's warped imagination? When I saw what they'd done to Anton Sokolov, I wanted to hurt everyone who'd helped Delilah and the Duke of Serkonos pull off their coup. Sokolov is the man who made whale oil into a weapon, who turned back the plague, and now he's barely able to speak. The hands that painted the most powerful men and women of our time shake too badly to hold a spoon. When he does talk, he's going to give me a name, the next step along the way to Duke Luca Abel, then Delilah herself. A name. That's all I need.
Even in the
Delilah's stronger now.
Am I to blame for Delilah's bitterness?
All this is her doing, and she'll die for it.
Our decisions have weight. I feel my time drawing to an end soon.
Jindosh wanted me to help him with a rather complicated problem. It would have enabled him to make his clockwork soldiers at a fraction of the cost. Clever.
Not clever enough. What's wrong with people like that?
A restless mind and an empty heart, perhaps. Jindosh would have snuffed me out as soon as he got bored. I appreciate what Corvo did for me, freeing me from that place.
I searched for you, Anton. I would have found you.
I knew you'd try, Megan. They kept me going after they gave me to Jindosh.
Either way, you're back now. I'm glad.
Anton, you've had 3 days to rest. Tell me how to kill Delilah.
They tortured him. His body is covered with bruises.
Delilah has the throne and she has Emily. Anton, once we had you in a cage and you dared us to kill you, I need that man back.
Corvo, she's right. I can make electricity move from one side of the room to the other, but Delilah is beyond my understanding. When I came to Serkonos, I meant to leave everything behind. But when the assassination started, I couldn't ignore it. By the time Megan and I connected the murders to the Duke, it was too late. The Crown Killer came for me. It kept me alive from my knowledge that I saw things. Jindosh often had a visitor, Brianna Ashworth.
The curator of the Royal Conservatory.
Yes, Ashworth is dangerous. As obsessed with the occult as Delilah. Apparently, she's working on a device called the Oraculum.
There's more to her than either of you know.
If Ashworth is one of Delilah's lieutenants, I need to eliminate her. Who knows what this device is capable of, or what she's up to. Shuttered to the public. Wonder what's going on inside the Royal Conservatory. The Duke's incompetence, or something more suspicious? The closest path to the Royal Conservatory should be through Syria Gardens.
Wake me when Karnaca starts to burn.
What a painting that will make.
Meet me at the skiff when you want to set out for the Royal Conservatory.
his age, Sokolov's making better progress than I would have expected.
Good to see that you're still with us. Thank you for helping Anton.
Sokolov's not the only one making a rapid recovery. I'll be good enough to leave soon. There's a lot to do. Of course, unless the Duke falls, he'll undo my best efforts here.
I'm working on that. Believe me, the Duke has my full attention.
Karnaka's key leaders are flawed for certain. After all this is settled with the Duke, and the time of the coup has passed, whichever ones are left standing could change things here. Consider that, as you come face to face with the Duke's remaining associates.
Maybe, Alexandria, but sometimes your friends dictate your fate.
If I don't see you again, you've got my ongoing gratitude.
We'll take the skiff. I don't want to bring the dreadful whale any closer than we have to. There is a small dock in Syria Gardens, close to the conservatory. That's as far as I can take you. Ready to go?
Yes, let's go.
There'll be a Grand Guard presence outside the Royal Conservatory. Inside, be prepared for anything. Ashworth runs with an eclectic crowd. They'll be the real danger.
Someday I'd like to know more about how you met Ashworth.
I know you would. Trust me. Ashworth is important to Delilah. Which brings up something else. You might be able to exploit the Abbey of the Everyman in removing Ashworth from play. Turns out the Vice Overseer in Karnaka has been watching Ashworth from a hidden outpost near the Royal Conservatory. Check it out first if you want more options. Remember, if she's still working with Delilah, Ashworth is a grave threat.
Thanks, Megan. See you soon.
Balusters and spindles made of zirconium umberwood.
I thought the old Duke Theodanis outlawed umberwood export to protect the trees.
I can't keep track of all the decrees. My client's refurbishing a gazebo, adding an exotic southern touch.
I don't get it. When I went to Dunwall, I brought back a riverbrush show to use as an ashtray, because it reminds me of good times. But what's the point of buying wood from a country you never visited?
Lady Shersha has money, so she gets the wood she wants.
up for a beer later?
Wouldn't miss that.
This one? They only do business with him because they fear what will happen if they don't. He and his friends fell upon the messenger boy. They beat him for what was inside his satchel.
Why does she want that apartment? Dust everywhere, no matter what you do. Huh?
Disgusting, this shit. And what's next? It's enough to make a man crazy.
You get to meet Pirate Betty in person. Time to pay the price if you want to live.
Never heard of her. Oh, wait, wasn't she a waitress down on the docks?
You must have heard the stories about Pirate Betty. About all the terrible things I've done to the fools who refuse to give up some trinkets or a bag of coins.
No, I've never heard one word about your exploits, but go on. What did you do to your marks? Give them a good tap on the nose?
For shit's sake, why do you have to ruin everything? I played my game.
They should have killed her when they had the
You won't
chance.
play along.
You're the worst thing
Now,
I've ever seen.
they'll
Pirate
all
Betty,
pay.
my ass. You couldn't scare a seagull.
What a moving
I bet this one's carrying corn.
Welcome. Have you heard? I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here. Welcome to my shop. Say, an acquaintance of mine is supposed to be holed up in an office overlooking the Royal Conservatory. Check on them if you're headed that way. I'd check myself, but the streets are locked down. I'd make it worth your time.
Now think about it.
See anything you like? What a pleasant surprise to see you again. Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear. No need to wrap it for you, I suppose. Ah, you want blueprints for better weaponry. certain you will be satisfied with your purchase. An excellent choice. All those valuable artworks locked up in the conservatory where no one can see them. Truly a shame. I look forward to the day when I can reopen my gallery.
What the?
Ashworth, curator of the Royal Conservatory. For a while, I believed Ashworth has some connection to the occult in Karnaca. Something is happening that I don't understand. The overseers are the forward face of the Abbey, but equally important are our sisters from the Oracular Order. To be direct, I suspect something is wrong within their sect. Subtle changes to the types of proclamations they've been making. Small, but troubling deviations from tradition. But publicly saying anything along those lines will get me accused of heresy by my rivals within the Abbey. Is it possible that Ashworth has infiltrated the Oracular Order?
So Vice Overseer Byrne thinks Ashworth is interfering with the Oracular Order. If true, it's another reason she has to be eliminated.
Hey! What? You're going anywhere!
This head of yours! Just wait for my signal! That's not natural!
Hold still! You can't escape! No! Wait, this isn't...
Find the boy!
Where did he go?
You won't get away!
Wait,
How did you do this?
running! This isn't...
Come on!
Think you're clever,
Finish him!
At your command!
It didn't happen. No way. I can't see any way to reach him.
And fight!
What are
coward!
you waiting for?
Come on!
What are you waiting for? Come on!
What are you waiting for? Keep your defense up!
This can't be.
Impossible! What are you waiting for?
Bad move.
sisters of my blood, and all the little people who make this great city trudge along. This is the Duke, but you must all know my voice by now. A new empress sits on the throne in Dunwall. Our rightful ruler, Delilah Caldwell, first of her name. May she reign forever. There are some traitors who question her claim to the throne. Morley, Tivia, treasonous nation. Skulking the cold, gloomy north. If they want war, we'll give it to them, no matter how many of you I have to sacrifice. Serkonos will fight for Delilah to the bitter end.
They probably ran off, you ask me. Must have had a thing for each other.
No, she went missing a day before he did. And someone found an officer's pistol in the gutter. I think something else happened. Maybe they went inside the conservatory.
Look, Karnaka's leaking people. We tell ourselves we're keeping it together, but everyone is afraid of what will happen when it really falls apart.
Can't. Something's going on, that's for sure. Better keep it.
Look at you, leaving a trail of bloody boot prints across this dying city. Brianna Ashworth would have been miserable as a member of high society. forced to wed some bloated banker. Her only moments of real freedom, getting drunk at fancy balls, and slipping away to couple with strangers. It would have ended in an unhappy marriage and a late-night plunge into an icy river. But just before Mother and Father married her off, so many years ago, she found Delilah instead. It was all highways and graveyards after that, never looking back. Vice Overseer Byrne is an ambitious man, but he believes in the Abbey's mission, protecting the good people of the Empire against the likes of us. You know he'd be happier deep down if this ended with Brianna Ashwood's head on a spike. Maybe yours as well.
Who's there?
People of Karnaca. This is the Duke. Some of you question the stricter mining new tax levy levied by the Grand Ceremonial Guard. Let me answer all this rabble-rousing at once. Disloyalization and sedition will not be tolerated. Look at Duncan Bale, friend. He's a patriot. A man who won't stop until he has turned every bit of his land silver into shiny coin. I have to double the number of mine workers. He did it. No questions, no complaints. Karnaca needed mining, he produced them. Out of thin air. That's the Draconian spirit. That's what we need.
Ashworth is somewhere inside the Royal Conservatory.
Who's there? It flows from the fountain to the conservatory basement. There was work being done, so there's a grate missing. Maybe some animal crawled in there and died.
Disgusting. You think someone inside the conservatory would complain?
The place is mostly shuttered, but somebody's still inside. There was a delivery from Jindosh Clockworks a few days back.
Whatever.
Whatever.
So close to that fountain.
It's blood ox stew tonight. Starving. Ugh.
I need to find out how a sword through the heart wasn't enough to kill our new Empress, Delilah.
But cannot. After trying to make gravehounds for weeks, she gave up. You should have seen the twisted things she made. All snouts and teeth and tails.
That's just the way it is, dear. Delilah wears the outsider's mark, and some of what she can do flows down to us.
It doesn't seem fair.
Think about working your fingers raw, weaving nets, or raising cows to slaughter. any of the gifts we receive is better than living under the boot.
That's true and fine. A wise way to look at things. But it won't help Lucinda rise any higher in Delilah's favor.
Brianna to make an effigy of me.
You mean like this tangle of skin and bone misrepresenting one of the Dunderheads from the oracular order?
Yes. I'd keep it in my
You've bizarre taste, my dear please. I wouldn't want to see myself like that. I'd rather have my portrait painted by Delilah.
There's a quality to Brianna's style I prefer. Touched by something from deep down in the mud where there's no light. The endless womb and the cold, dead grave. Both the same.
But Brianna's effigies let her reach into the mind, into the heart. Wouldn't you be afraid she'd influence your dreams? Like she's going to do to the Sisters of the Abbey?
That's part of the thrill, sister.
That wasn't mutton. I don't care what anybody says. I know mutton, and that wasn't it.
If our mistress hears you've been looking at her old journals in the Forbidden Archives, she's going to be cross.
I only had a bit of a peek. Brianna was busy with something elaborate just before Delilah came to Corvo.
Of course, I gathered them.
If I can sabotage Ashworth's communion device, she'll be powerless.
It's a stream of tricks, but I don't think Delilah could do such a thing.
Coming back. It doesn't seem possible, that's all.
My dear Orlando, Some people see doors where you and I only see walls.
Off your hand, then. You don't deserve the gift of night. Come back here.
ladies and hunters of slithering things in the hours before dawn, former milkmaids and magistrates, come before me and bow, for I am Delilah, your queen.
What? Let me help. Try to corrupt me. Where did you steal? Waste on you!
Ashworth's journal might tell me more about why Delilah can't be killed.
The magic was lost, and the coven scattered. I made a new life in Karnaca. Then I heard her whispering from the void, leading me to the Duke, who heard those same whispers. Together we worked to bring Delilah back into the world, changing the Empire from the home of Aramis Stilton 3 years ago. Across the aisle, all of us who'd been with her at Brigmore and before, we felt the magic return. Others joined. New faces, new blood. Now, Delilah is immortal. Forever. She holds Dunwall, and we've turned to corrupting the oracular order. The Overseers take guidance from their prophetic sisters, and soon we'll influence their dreams and visions.
eyes to look on the world, I see so much. Once, nearly all things were hidden.
Looks like Karen Jindosh made these alternate lenses for Ashworth's device. Now I can use them to sabotage it.
My influence grows. Last night, I walked through a dream with one another, and we drank from a fountain in the town where she was born.
Vice Overseer Burns' suspicions were right.
Business with Jindosh won't affect things.
No. He continued to take her with the lenses. It was tiresome to watch. I still have the old lenses and cast-off parts piled in my workshop, but Jindosh finished some time ago. The rest is up to me, learning to use the machine. A tricky thing, touching the void through such a device.
Blood and biscuits. I look forward to using it myself once you're ready.
Will you visit soon?
Perhaps. Dunwall Tower is mostly in hand. The high...
Murderer!
You who never... You can't understand what she meant to you. Oh, Brianna!
Everyone you love, everything you hold dear, I'll destroy. Want to know why?
Oh, Royal.
Anyone here? Show yourself.
I'll teach you some
You
manners,
belong in a
scout
prison
like
cell. Whoa. What was that?
What's going on here?
Did you hear that? Come on. Won't hurt you. For a second.
I'm hungry.
Welcome. Welcome back. I see you found the prototype.
Your acquaintance didn't make it.
It is a risky line of work, I'm afraid, but let's not dwell. I expect you'll be interested in payment. First your finder's fee, of course, and if you like, I can draw up some schematics based on the prototype, something you can use to modify your tools. And as a token of my appreciation, a discount at the shop.
A fair deal.
Welcome back. Please, take your time. I'm certain you'll be satisfied with your purchase. An excellent choice. This is what I have for upgrading your equipment. No need to wrap it for you, I suppose. Welcome, welcome. Have you heard? I'm told they robbed one of our shops. I'd like to see them try it here. What a pleasant surprise to see you again.
Just don't fit.
Run while you still can, stranger.
What's going on here?
That's it. Keep your distance.
He told them he could land a boil as good as any bar. He wouldn't give their money back when they returned complaining about infection. I've already told you his secrets.
You had it coming! Let this be a lesson to you.
So it's done.
Ashworth won't be a problem anymore.
Good. But Corvo, there's something else. Back when I lived in Dunwall, I did things that I'm not proud of.
You live long enough, that happens.
Yeah. But what I did is worse than most. I knew Delilah and Ashworth. Bought into their bullshit, which led me down a bad road. To be honest, before all this, I thought Delilah dead. I don't want to get into it right now, but I felt like you should know. There are things I regret, Corvo.
Deception doesn't make for good allies, Foster.
Is that what you think, Royal Protector? You will have to tell me all your secrets someday. Are you ready to leave now?
Yes, let's go. Take me back to the dreadful whale.
Another step toward the Duke of Serkonos and Delilah.